Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you're watching WYTV. This is Let's Talk. This is where we talk. We talk to entertain, to informate, to educate, to let you know some things that is not well known to you. Maybe you know some of it, but then this is where we talk about it in detail. My name is Ahmed Abbas Olatunji, but people call me Sidon J or Moyagba, the only Idon on Wisdom Yard Television. All right, I'm not in the studio alone. I'm in the studio with...
I'm Ambassador Rochimorilua. As usual now, son of the prophetess, the man who resemble wicked, the only man.
Well, Ambassador Rilua is always there for me because on this type of a show, I love the fact that he comes with vibe, full vibe, like any question, he's always ready to come up with anything. On this show, we'll bring in good topics, like topics that will informate and educate you. That's why we don't do the talk alone. You can actually join in the talking by dropping a comment in the comment section. And don't forget that the sponsor for this show is Nokpa Abbas and King Victor Nigerian Enterprises. All right, today our topic is contentment. So for you to be contented with the little you have, there are a lot of things that will go on with it. You don't just with the current situation, with the current economy of Nigeria, we all know that there is hardship, and everybody they shout, now everybody they talk and say, I'm on this country, easy. So that's the reason why we brought this kind of topic, because for now people keep saying rituals here, rituals there. What are the causes of that ritual? It's because people are not that contented. And that's the reason why we brought up this topic for you to be informed, for us to informate you on things that you need to run away from. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like you should give space to. All right. In case you don't know, what is contentment? Let me start from there. Contentment is the state of being happy and satisfied with what you have. Sometimes you may have ambassador. Sometimes you may have, let's say 50 naira, for example, and you see the 50 naira, like, okay, this 50 naira,
and
I can turn it.
Demand of 100 naira.
Yes, like you can even say, I can make use of this 50 naira and turn it to 100 naira. Maybe in the process you didn't get to that 100 naira. Maybe you made 70 naira instead of 100 naira. Or 80 naira. So that means you should be able to be contented with that. It's don't say
little profit that you have been able to make.
Exactly. Don't say because my friend, we did the business together, he made even more than 100.
You see,
so
let me come in by saying it is because of what you've just mentioned now that I will have to put this illustration. In terms of business, I love these Igbo guys. In the area that when they bought a good worth of 5,000 naira, and they were expected of selling those goods at the rate of 7,000 naira. At the end of the day, somebody came in and add 500 naira into that money. They will sell. But the Yorubas, we see insist
on that
of making extra 2,000 naira on top of that goods. That is why you see the Igbo guys that are doing well in the business more than the Yoruba people. Then let's come back to the nation we call Nigeria. Based on our covetousness has brought this nation to where this nation is today. For instance, when you look at the politician, can you imagine that a politician, when they were talking about slicing the salary of the politician, if truly they want to live by example, some of their salary should be sliced. At least some of those money that is being sliced should be launched back into the economy. A politician, a senator came out to say 2 million naira is not enough for them.
For holiday.
For the whole month. How much is the teacher earning? What is the salary of the teacher? Now, when you now go back to individual, a woman, a married woman that is not content with whatever the husband is giving to her, will begin to jump from one husband to another. At the end of the day, she will now become a single mother.
Well, for me to be a single father, I don't pray for that because, you know, even if we boys of nowadays want to get married to someone that is very contented, like someone that we can love each other till not lie, because this generation is something else. Don't let us go there. We are still talking about contented. You see, as human being, you need to know that if you have one, you should think about how to make it two.
You multiply it.
Yes, because there is nothing that has advantage. That does not have disadvantage. If you are saying you want to be contented with the little you have, it may not ginger you to be more successful in life. That is different. Because some people will say, on Wisdom Yard Television, they said we should be contented.
No, what I'm saying is, I'm just trying to. Let not get us wrong. It is not a bad thing for you to make profit in your business. But there are some conditions that warranted that those goods has to be sold out. For instance, now you are expecting of making 2,000 profit extra on what you bought. At the end of the day, they patronize you. Instead of making 2,000 naira, why don't you add 500 naira so those goods can go in time?
And you can buy another one.
You are expected to sell at least 5 goods per day that you are going to make extra income of 2,000 or 3,000 naira on each. Then you now saw somebody that wanted to buy almost 20 of it. That is going to add 500 naira. Why don't you sell off? Then launch the money back into the market, buy another goods. Before you know it, somebody that is expecting of making 2,000 naira might end up selling only 1 per day, while you are selling almost 30 per day.
Exactly. But then, you know, what I'm trying to say is, you know, with Nigerians, the way we see things in different perspectives. I'm saying some people will say because they said you should be contented. I don't want to. I'm staying in one room, just me and my wife. I don't want to extend that to a room and parlor. Or
we just start the topic. As time goes on in the topic, you know what we mean by contentment.
Exactly. Then another thing I want you guys to know about contentment is that contentment means being peaceful, ease of mind, like a peaceful ease of mind. When you have ease of mind, like although you have a lot of circumstances that surround you and you're trying to look at it like, okay, if I go this way, what if it turns to this way? That's the reason why you see most of our young boys and young girls out there looking for a way to make money, even more than their ancestors. Because if you check the amount of boys that is into fraud these days, you know, young guys like we, they don't just want to work. All they want is miraculous money.
No wonder the whole country is in disarray. When you look at it, why is it that we have killings of human beings here and there? For instance, I watched a video some months back. A guy was caught, an Hausa man, a suya seller was caught in the process of bringing human meat to sell to the people. A human meat that was found at the highway. Maybe that guy was run over by a moving vehicle. The guy had to go there and take that human meat, bringing it for the consumption of fellow human being based on conventions. You understand what I'm saying? Now, when you look at what is happening in our environment today, in fact, I wept the day I saw a video of a man of God that was caught in the act of using a fellow human being for a money ritual.
Just imagine, man of God.
A man of God for that matter. Not to talk of somebody who is not even closer to the altar of God. Why do we have ritualists all over everywhere today? Because we are not content with what we have. Exactly. You are making 5 naira profit by day, for instance. You still want to make it. Is not a bad thing for you to make more. But when you go to the extent of doing rituals for an additional money, you are going out of your boundary.
Exactly.
Because wanting to become like Lagbaja will always end at the destructive end.
Yes, we don't pray you have a destructive end. That's why we are bringing up this kind of topic so as to put you through how you are going to live your. Although I cannot predict for anybody, I can't just tell you this is how you are supposed to live your life. But there are some things that we need to talk about. Accepting your situation sometimes, who you are, and the path you are following. Let's say the path you are on it's an example of being contented, because for example, you know very well that you know how to play football. You're very good you have skills in football. Even right from birth, some people have the skill of football without even learning, without training. They are naturally born like that. You know, you now saw your friend that is singing, that is doing music, and maybe
and you two want to go and sing.
Maybe
he's making money out of
you understand, like the other your friend is popular in your area. You don't feel like, oh, be like say I go leave football.
That is why I said wanting to become like Lagbaja. Number one, if you don't discover yourself, you will begin to jump from one skill to another.
And that is why I want you guys to know that it is important you know who you are. You see, there's an adage that says, if you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. Because there is always a reason for you to be on this earth, on this planet earth. And you should know the reason. Now, let's start from secondary school, sir. You know, when we were very young in secondary school, there's something I would do. There's an exam we do when we are in GS3, back then, junior WAEC. You know, during that time, you want to write your junior WAEC, you and your mates will now be like, you now engage in one talk. Like, okay, what do you want to become? Which class are you going to be when you get to SS1? This one will say, I'm going to science class. This one commercial. This one art class. That is how the education of Nigeria is. Now, if your friend is going to science class, you know yourself that you don't know calculation. You don't know anything. You don't know integrated science when you were in junior school.
You don't know physics.
You don't know intro tech.
You said you wanted to go.
You want to go to science class. If they check their notes, they always draw.
That is why you see many graduates out there that cannot even speak English, not to talk of good English.
Exactly.
Because their father bought those results for them. At the end of the day, they make mess of themselves.
And that's contentment for you. If the father is being contented with the level of education, you know, we have something we call IQ. IQ is not meant for everybody. Everybody has brain, but the way we use our brain is different. Sometimes, one of my teachers told me when I was in secondary school that, Abbas, don't eat too much because it drains your brain. And it's a very good notion, because then I now tend to follow what he was saying. And that teacher, I will never forget his name, Mr. Adedeji. He was my English teacher back then in secondary school. He told me, learn how to listen more than speaking. You know, we have 4 basic language skills: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. He said, if you want to learn in life, learn how to listen. Because the more you listen, the more you gain.
Exactly the point.
If you are contented with the path you are, with the kind of person you are, it will not lead you to do things that you're not supposed to do.
And the day you stop learning is the day you start dying gradually. Because each day that passes by, we learn. I didn't say it is a wrong thing for you to peep that wanting to become Lagbaja, the way he's flourishing in his business.
That's why we have people as our mentor. You can actually
at least you can go to some of the people that are ahead you. How have you been doing it? How have you been doing it that you are making it in business? Please, can you put me through? Not for you to go extra mile. Look at the watch today. Look at what Nigerian has turned to now. We have the Olosho. We have the Yahoo.
Olosho even have app. They have their app. Olosho get app.
It's a painful thing and a shameful thing to me when I heard that the mothers of the Yahoo guys have an association that they call them the Association of
Yahoo Mamas.
Yahoo Mamas. What a painful thing.
Oh my goodness. Well, if you're just joining live, it's Let's Talk on WYTV, and I'm still in the studio with Ambassador Rotimi Orilwa. All right, let me take you on a journey of examples of contentment. But before then, let's go on a short commercial break, because it's Nokpa Abbas and King Victor Nigeria Enterprises that sponsor this particular show. Stay tuned, don't go nowhere, because I'm coming back to tell you examples of contentment.
Sweetheart.
I can't afford to be late for this meeting.
Give me the same excuse every day.
I always tell you the truth every. You know I will never disappoint you.
Everyone needs a hero, like Nokpa.
After Nokpa.
It is always Nokpa.
Nokpa for management of power.
All right, you welcome back from that short commercial break, and we're still on WYTV on Let's Talk. This is where we talk. We don't have anything to do here than to talk, and I'm still expecting you guys to drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you feel about the topic we are treating today, talking about contentment. All right, the first example of contentment we are going to be looking at is simple things. You know, focusing on the simple things in life. Don't be too, don't let your eye be shining on, you saw Benz. I must get that Benz. I must get that mansion by. Yeah, you understand.
What is your source of income for you to say, okay, I must get it by force? Now you will now go extra mind. When you are unable to get it, you now go extra mind and begin to think before you get to know. Your psychological brain will say, okay, what do I need to do? Let me go into robbery so I can make more money to get those things that I was unable to achieve.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, it will always lead to destructive end.
So it is always good for you to have a simple mindset. Always think of, although we have dream, everybody has a dream, but on the long run, for you to achieve what you are dreaming, you need to take it one step at a time, because if you think twice before you take a step, that is what they said. Not like you trying to jump from one step to another. Before you know, you will jump back to the square one that you're coming from. Well, the second one we are going to look at is wonder. Seeing the world with a sense of wonder. When you look at it, check Mark Zuckerberg. Check people like Elon Musk. Check, what was it called? The name of this, our Otedola. Check Dangote. If you check their lineage, like their family, you will see that there is a legacy all these people are following, even Adeleke family.
Let me chip in this. A lot of people here in Nigeria wants to be like Dangote and Otedola. Why they are on social media 24/7. Typing a resounding amen to some of the prayer points that are coming through all this pastor. If those people have been on social media typing amen,
we didn't get to where they are today.
But you are on social media 24/7 wanting to become like Dangote and Otedola, typing amen all the time.
On prayer, waiting for miracle.
Do you think miracle just jump as if a woman just got pregnant like that?
You have to work hard.
You work hard for the miracle. You work hard for your income so you can achieve the purpose of you being here on earth.
Exactly. Now, the third one we are going to be talking about and the examples of contentment is escapism. Escapism is making yourself too busy with things such as reading or entertainment to notice the problems of the world. Now, when you keep yourself busy, it will make you to forget about things that may give you that heavy mindset. What I'm trying to say is, for example, you saw your friend, a long-time friend that is doing well, maybe working in a bank, and he's trying to tell you that I'm moving out of this country with my family very soon, and you never even do passport. Not to talk of.
Let me comment. That reminds me of one of my younger brothers that lives in Lekki. One day I went to him and we were not discussing about his fiance, and he called the girl on video call. The girl lives in Canada. So immediately after dropping the call, I said, okay, since your wife is in Canada now, you moved with your. He said, brother, immediately after my marriage, I'll go to Canada just to spend a month or 2 months, then come back to Nigeria. I said, what are you looking for in Nigeria? As hard as the country you see, he said, brother, do you know what I'm into? I'm a problem solver. If I move to Canada, they don't have a problem that I'm going there to solve. But me staying back here in Nigeria,
you have people that have problems. Nigeria has
a lot of people as a whole that has problem that I'm going to solve, because all I'm into in my life is to solve people's
Nokpa for management of power.
Sweetheart. I can't afford to be late for this meeting.
Give me the same excuse every day.
I always tell you the truth every. You know I will never disappoint you.
Take time for
Everyone needs a hero like Nokpa.
After Nokpa.
It is always Napa.
Nokpa for management of
I told you guys, if we don't go to market, please, what are we doing here? Because we are here because we have to market what we are selling. That is why we have to bring up that Nokpa Abals for you to know that Nokpa no be small product. So if you try them, you will know what's up. All right, we're still on the topic contentment on this show today. So we're still talking about the examples of contentment. That is escapism for you. Try to make sure you're reading a lot. You can take a novel to read for you to take off anything that you're thinking that can make you to go extra mile in doing things that you're not supposed to do. Listen to music, watch movies, engage in talking with some people, maybe your friends and family. You can engage in different topics to talk about. Well, the next one is passivity. Passivity, allowing the problems of the world to take their own course without any intervention. Some people will leave their matter, carry person matter, put for
Another
head.
person's matter. You put it on head, you leave what you are doing. That is what we call disfocusing.
You lose focus on yourself and you're focusing on something that does not.
At the end of the day, those people that you are focusing on are making it in life while you left your home undone. Who else do you think is going to help you to carry your load? Nobody else except you yourself. So be focused.
Well, and the last one we are going to be looking at is denial. Pretending the problems of the world don't exist. When you pretend as if you don't have problems, although you have, everybody has one or two that is, disturbing them, in thinking straight. But then you can actually act as if you don't even care about what is going on with you. Maybe you don't have money or you don't have anything. Just have that faith and keep working. The more you work, the more you have. Although some people, there is another that says, someone said, if to make money in life is by hard work, Aboki should be the richest in the world, because it's all this work that is strenuous. You will see Aboki doing. If you want to do your well, if you want to dig well.
Let me tell you the lifestyle of Aboki. Aboki don't have a boss. They don't have where they keep their money. Aboki, their own is once they work today, the money that they are earning today, they eat everything, they spend everything today. They focus on tomorrow again. They start another work tomorrow. What they earn tomorrow, they spend everything off.
You see, for you to make it in life, normally you have to take a risk. Everything is risk, but not like you risking what is not riskable. There are some risks that you will take that you will later blame yourself that why did you have to risk this kind of thing.
Somebody went on armed robbery, or a kidnapping,
and you are putting God's name that Olorun jẹ́ kó wá successful for where.
It's not going to be successful because you are making other people out there to cry, to weep.
And for all those guys, all these young guys that is going into act of, fraudulent act is too bad at your age. I saw a GS3 student telling me that he's broke. That boy is just of 14 years or something, and telling me, bro, I'm broke. I need to go and see my afar. It is contentment. You are not contented. There are levels in life. Normally, if you make money when you are young, nobody will tackle you if it is a legit way.
Let me bring up to those that are hopeless there before you round it up. I have a motivational speech here that has been jotted down here. I say, okay, let me start by saying it is not over until it is over. Automatically, it is not over for you until everything is over. Can the entire forest disappear for the sake of a single tree cut down? No. It is not going to happen. Then the captain will never abandon his ship right in the presence of his crew member. No. Even in the midst of trials and trouble, it is not over until it is over. Now, listen to this. Edin Keller, who became blind shortly after his birth, shortly after her birth, yet she committed her life in bringing hope to the physical challenge. William Carey's life was full of mystery and sorrow, yet he translated the complete Bible into more than 23 languages during his lifetime. John Weah was in prison custody when he wrote the Mortar Classic Pygmy Progress. Albert Einstein could not speak until he was 4. He could not read until he was 7 years. As a matter of fact, do you know Zaire Polytechnic refused to admit him into their institution? Why? Because he shows no promises according to them. Now look at Fanny Costin. Was totally blind, yet he wrote more than 8,000 hymns during her lifetime, including the evergreen song. I am thine, O Lord. Have I heard that voice, and it told that I loved you me. But I long to rise in the arm of faith and be closer drawn to thee.
So as you heard now from Ambassador, it is not over until it is over. Don't look down on yourself. You can do better than your friend if you keep working, because if you stay, you know, there's an adage in Yoruba that say Iberosi. Yes, you need to keep trying, because even those people that made millions today, it's an hard work for them to get to that stage. All right, my name is still remain the same, Ahmed Abbas Olatunji, but you can call me Sidon J Omoyagba, the only Idon on this platform, Wisdom Yard Online Television. Thank you so much, Ambassador, for that great innovative speech. You know, I love it when you were reading it. Some people may not know what you're trying to talk about, but that speech can change your life in a second. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you are determined, you will surely get to where you are going to. So but I'm sure next time I will bring another hot topic for us to, you know. I love the fact that this particular one is actually directed to all these our youths. You know, they should be able to be calm and take it one step at a time. All right, we'll see you again on the show. That will be on Saturday. Don't forget that our sponsors still remain Nokpa Abbas and Kim Victor Nigeria Enterprises. Take care of yourself and have a nice day.